Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, this is all about entertainment and motivational videos just like this one. I want to talk to you about regrets and the topic of forming new habits. Now let's start off with regrets. Let's jump right into this. When it comes to regrets, we all have our fair share of things we look back at and we say, hey, I could have done this better, or I wish I would have done this instead. And a lot of the times when looking back in your life, we think I should have done more. This is really important because I want you right now to evaluate where you are at in life and what are your circumstances right now, because self-awareness can help lead you to maximizing your circumstances and making the best out of your situations. And this will in turn lead to better opportunities for yourself. One of the worst feelings is having great regret to the point where it hurts you. And of course, there's nothing you can do to rewrite that past. But more importantly, you can rewire yourself right now and just fortify yourself, become better, become smarter, and share that story towards how you got better. Because there are people like you that are looking for options to deal with the everyday problems that we as a generation deal with. If you're between the ages of 17 to 25, we can relate heavily with the fact that after high school, we're in this limbo, finding yourself, what you like, choosing a major, sticking with that major. It's a whole process that can easily involve regrets if you're not actively engaging yourself in a manner that maximizes your potential of saying, hey, I used to be unfamiliar with myself with, for example, finding a major. And now that I took that brave leap and did my studies, I'm headed towards a better direction. Drew a blank. I was supposed to say that. My bad. Anyways, proceeding. We are arguably at one of the most important times in our lives. And the reason why is because the window of opportunity that you have today is unlike any other time period of your life. Of course, you are always going to have free time. There's always going to be time for fun. There will always be positive in your life. But there are also going to be negatives, and there are also going to be the strings attached that come with being more mature. What I mean by that is you're going to have bills to pay, you're going to have a full-time job in the future. Chances are you're going to be more busy. And with that comes losing that freedom that you have today. I'm pretty sure you watching this, you've had days where you're bored and you do nothing. And you complain about it and you feel like, crap, I should have done something today. Those kind of situations are what some people wish for, because they reach a point in their lives where they become so consumed and busy that all they want is to be bored and relaxing at home. All they want is one of those days like they used to have in the past. I say this only to emphasize the fact that your window of time is limited. You don't want to look back at your life and say, wow, I regret so much of the things I did and that chapter has closed. You know, in reality, that does happen to many of us, but I just want to emphasize to you being conscious of where you're at and using that self-awareness to say, you know what, there's no time like right now, and I'm going for my interest. I'm going on the offense. I'm not going to just passively go by the experience of school or this internship opportunity or personal entrepreneurial things you may be engaging in. I want to emphasize maximizing your work ethic and doing your best, because it might sound cliche, but when you do your best, the results that yield from your best work is uncomparable to you being passive and just flowing with whatever comes to you. If you want to maximize where you are at, you have to be on the offense, and that's been my experience. And don't get me wrong, it is really hard to flip that switch and get going from the previous habits that you set. Now, this is where setting new habits comes in. We make habits out of everything we do in our daily lives. I'm talking about the order you brush your teeth, how you dry yourself in the shower, how you wash yourself, how you do your hair, how you fold your clothes, how you eat. There's habits in everything you do. And the reason why is in everyday lives, our brains are looking to optimize your experiences so that you spend less energy in doing so. In other words, it's optimizing your life. It's making things faster and more efficient. Now, one problem about this is, as you know, we can form good and bad habits. And once you form a bad habit, it becomes wired in your brain and you become accustomed to it. I want you to try and break that bad habit of being too comfortable. If you find yourself in despair of the fact that you're having bored days and you aren't doing anything about it, you have fallen into this habit, this cycle of feeling like nothing is working for me. what do I do now? And then just the days accumulate. Next thing you know, your summer break is over, and that happens. This has happened to me. The hardest part is starting a new habit. If you are comfortable doing something, it's because you've developed a habit. Because of that, you are optimized and you feel ready to engage in that similar pattern. But to break that pattern, to become the better you, it often involves getting out of that comfort zone. And I promise you, it gets easier. Contrary to regret, something that feels amazing is looking back at your past and knowing that you fulfilled that goal, that you made it this far. When it comes to habits and improving yourself, nothing really happens overnight. Everything's incremental. And I say this emphasizing self-care and avoiding that situation where you're beating yourself up just because you're new to the process. Getting a grip of your life is a lifelong journey. Thank you so much for listening. I wish you the best. And if there's one thing you could take away from this video, you have the potential and what it takes to become that better you that you imagine. Yes, there will be regrets in life, but more important than the past is today. And I strongly encourage you to set new habits and just reach that better you. Take care, guys. See you soon.